Today, I take my driver's test. A squirrel launches itself into the middle of the road, like it's auditioning for a Marvel movie. I don't know if I passed. Did the squirrel save my life or cost me half a point? Hi, I'm Lisa and I'm new to YouTube. If you could like and subscribe, it would really help me out. This is the story of how everything changed. Today I take my driver's test and all that's available is Granny's Buick. And that car right there? Yeah, that old Skylark pretty much kick-started it all. The Skylark test. I never thought this day would come. 16 years, 6 months, and 22 days. But who's counting, right? Today's the day I go for my driver's license. Did I prepare? Oh yeah. Parallel parking became my part-time job. Stop signs and three-point turns. Got them down like choreography. I even practiced in the school parking lot at night, just to master my turn radius under pressure. I thought I was ready, until I saw the car. Yeah, that's the one. My grandma, bless her heart, loaned me her classic 1974 Buick Skylark for my test. And when I say loaned, I mean she proudly waved the keys at me like she was handing me the keys to a chariot of glory. Only, this thing? It's less chariot and more land boat. It's giant, it's heavy, it's the size of my entire future, and it's mine to drive, for the test. No pressure, right? I should probably explain. Where I live, getting a driver's license isn't just about driving. It's freedom. It's growing up. It's being able to go to Sonic on your own instead of begging your older cousin. It's not feeling like the last kid left behind. So, yeah, this moment, it's huge. And now it's just me, my determination, and about 18 feet of vintage American steel. Grandma's parting words? She doesn't like being rushed, but she's got a soul. A soul, huh? I've got my learner's permit, my heart is racing, and somewhere out there's an examiner with a clipboard and probably a grudge against teenagers. This is either going to be a glorious victory or the most dramatic three-point turn in state history. Let's do this. I'm in the Skylark, Grandma's beast of a car. I barely got it out of the driveway without taking out our recycling bins. Pretty sure the neighbor's hedge will never be the same. This thing is massive. Like, seriously, half the size of a school bus and twice as floaty. When I steer, there's a delay. I turn the wheel, and she takes it kind of under advisement. I've got both hands locked at 10 and 2 like I'm piloting an oil tanker. Every turn feels like I'm negotiating with gravity. But, weirdly, there's also something kind of magical about it. The rumble, the smell of old leather and gas. It's got this vibe, you know. Like the car remembers more than I do. Then I get stopped next to this little neon future car. These two kids inside actually take a picture of the Skylark with their phones. Pretty sure I just became a meme. Or a cautionary tale. Honestly, could go either way. And the way she turns, yeah, this isn't driving. This is choreography. You have to feel it, like dancing. If your dance partner weighed 2 tons and had no power steering. Grandma stuck a sticker on the dashboard years ago that says, "Don't rush her." I thought it was just about the car, but maybe it's about me too? This whole thing, getting my license, driving the Skylark, it's more than just freedom. It's like my official exit from childhood. I've been nervous all morning, like weirdly shaky. I couldn't even eat my waffles. Even my playlist wasn't helping. Just me and the Skylark rolling toward the fate machine, the DMV. Now I just sit here, wait for that clipboard-wielding examiner to show up and basically decide if I get to be a normal teenager or if I have to spend the next month begging for rides to school. Grandma tells me, "He's coming." Clipboard guy, tall, doesn't laugh, zero smile. I bet he eats DMV forms for breakfast. Today, I take my driver's test. The first turn, smooth. I'm like, I got this. I even checked my mirrors in that overly dramatic way they teach you at driving school, just to make it obvious that I'm looking. But then comes the hill. There's this one intersection near the DMV with a stop sign right at the top of a hill. I've practiced it dozens of times in Mom's car. But the Skylark, she's got other ideas. I ease up on the brake, gently, just like I practiced, and the car rolls backward. I desperately stab the gas. The tires chirped and we lurch forward like a startled elephant. Not elegant. I may have given my examiner whiplash. Okay, deep breath. Next up, lane change. I signal. I check my mirrors. Shoulder check like I'm trying to spot an asteroid. I drift into the next lane like butter. Nailed it. Things are going too well. So then, of course, a squirrel launches itself into the middle of the road like it's auditioning for a Marvel movie. I slam the brakes so hard. The examiner almost hits the windshield. Brakes work well. Did I just fail? He's like, you just passed your hazard awareness portion. I think he smiled, but it could have just been a muscle spasm. The rest of the test, it's a blur. I managed the 3-point turn, even though it took all 3 points and most of the cul-de-sac. Parallel parking? Oh man, it was like parking a whale in a shoebox. When I finally settled between the cones, I was barely within the lines. But I was within them, technically. Miraculously. The examiner is writing something longer now. No reaction, just writing. Now here's the twist. We're pulling back into the lot, and I'm feeling like, okay, that maybe wasn't perfect, but I didn't crash, and sweet Lord, I didn't hit the squirrel. But as I'm pulling into the parking space, I hit the curb. Hard. I stare straight ahead like maybe he didn't notice. He looks at me. Finally takes off his sunglasses and says, deadpan, that was the final maneuver. I definitely failed. I sit in the parked Skylark, waiting for the examiner to return. I glance at the dashboard, run my fingers along the steering wheel. The engine's off. The moment is quiet. While I'm sitting here, waiting to find out if I just became a licensed human or a DMV statistic, I should probably tell you about this car. She's not just any car. This is my Grandpa Joe's Buick Skylark. He bought her back in '75, just a year after she rolled out of the factory. She wasn't new exactly, but to him, she was perfect. He said she had just the right amount of life in her, kind of like he did. He took care of her like she was made of glass. I'm talking about oil changes every 3 months, hand-washed, garaged year-round. He named her Daisy after my grandma because, as he always said, they've both got style that'll never go out of season. I remember sitting in the passenger seat as a little kid, my legs swinging off the edge, while Grandpa played Motown on the AM radio. His hand on the wheel, windows down. We weren't going anywhere special, just down to the hardware store or out for donuts. But when I was riding with him, everything felt bigger, important, like the world moved slower in this car. And I could actually catch it. He passed away 5 years ago. Heart attack. It was sudden, and it left the whole family knocked off balance. But Grandma? She kept this car just like he did, parked in the garage, waxed, protected, and waiting. She says it still smells like him, which is kind of true. That same mix of peppermint gum and soap and light motor oil still hits me the second I climb in. I guess that's why she offered it to me for my test. Not just because it still runs, but because it matters. Because it makes me remember. It's like driving the past, the present, and the people I've loved, all at the same time. And even if I totally embarrassed myself during this test, I know Grandpa would have been proud. Just for trying. Just for showing up. I smile gently, my fingers tapping the wheel. He always said, it's not about the car, it's about the driver. After a minute passed, I'm thinking to myself, did I just blow the whole thing? Right at the finish line? So now I'm sitting in the car, waiting for him to go into the office and tally things up. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He didn't even flinch. He just walked off with the clipboard like it held the secrets of the universe. I don't know if I passed. Did the squirrel save my life or cost me half a point? Did the perpendicular parking count? What about the bump? All I wanted was freedom. Sonic slushes on my own schedule. Mixtapes with the windows down. Growing up. But now I'm stuck in limbo. Me and the Skylark, waiting on the verdict. So here I am. DMV purgatory. Mr. Droll walks through the door. Same calm expression. Still no smile. Clipboard in hand, he says my name. Just my first name. Nothing fancy. Not even a pause. There it is. In all caps, black ink, staring as if it might vanish if I blink too hard. Pass. Barely. I am holding the clipboard, blinking at it in disbelief. I actually, somehow, passed. Not with flying colors. More like limping colors. My score is so low, it could probably ride in a car seat. I look up at Mr. Droll and ask him, that's it. Mr. Droll adjusts his glasses, shrugs slightly. His voice is flat but not unkind. Mr. Droll says, you have imperfect instincts. Strong recovery. You need experience? His parting words were these. If you treat the road the way you handled that old Skylark, I think you'll do okay. I thanked him, and he said quietly, under his breath, tell your grandmother I miss our bowling nights. Wait, what? Oh, wait. What the?